Following is a presentation of RJL 518 Sports Network. Good morning, everybody. This is Robert from RJL 518, welcoming you to another exciting edition of Inside Pitch Baseball, the 1964 One and Gone tournament, which we're doing here as kind of a consolation prize for the 3 seasons that didn't get picked for Payoff Pitch. It's a beautiful Saturday morning here, and today is Game 3. It's the number 18 Washington Senators taking on the number 15 Chicago Cubs here at Wrigley Field. And for those of you that want to take a look at the brackets, you can see the Cleveland Indians did beat the Mets 7-6. Minnesota had a tight game in 10 innings there. So for anyone who didn't catch that Mets-Cleveland game, might want to check it out. The Minnesota Twins knocked out the Kansas City Athletics 6-4 in game number 2. This is Game 3. As Washington will take on the Cubs. Rules of baseball at coffee will stay for a while. Awesome C. Pester, thank you very much. Rules are very simple. The entire rosters are available. The top three and 4 pitchers are being used for it. So all rosters available. There is no fatigue except for the starters. So whoever of course, the number 1 starter starts their game. The number 2, number 3, and so on. There is no fatigue. And as long as they're in the roster pack, they are available for play. So of course, some people might think, well, how come certain players are with one team and certain players are with another? Okay, well, this is what Inside Pitch does. And yes, I could always move players from one team to another, but we're just going to use these rosters as they're set by Inside Pitch. Wrigley Field, Washington Senators and the Chicago Cubs. The Senators don't get much play in pretty much in any game, whether it's Stratomatic or it's Payoff Pitch. The Senators don't get a lot of play. A lot of people, the Senators are the forgotten team. From the 60s, from the old days, the forgotten team before they moved to Texas to become the Rangers. And of course, the Senators didn't win anything there. The only championship the Senators ever had was in 1924. And up there, but then they didn't win anything, of course, until they moved to Texas, and still haven't won anything since then. That's the only championship the Senators/Rangers franchise has. Of course, the Washington Nationals won the World Series last year, but that's not the same franchise. That was the old Expos. So we're going to play a little inside pitch action here, Game 3. It's going to be Claude Osteen versus Larry Jackson here at Wrigley Field. We'll see a few Hall of Famers here in this game, so it should be fun. So let's go to the top of the first inning. I'll introduce the players as they come to the plate. Leading off, for the 1964 Washington Senators will be second baseman Don Blasingame. Let's play ball. Let's see here, 1-1, possible error on a grounder. Blasingame 6-2, that is a star line 6. That is a ground ball to the shortstop. And the shortstop is Andre Rogers. His error rating is a 9, but a 15 on the dice. He will make that play, and he will throw to first to get the out. Turns into a ground out. Next batter will be third baseman John Kennedy. 3-6 on Jackson's card is a star line, and that's going to be a ground out to short again. And that's the second out. And now we will see left fielder Chuck Hinton. 3-4 on Jackson's card, possible walk. Against the righty is a 9. Wrigley Field adds +2, so it's 11. 6 on the dice, and he walks Hinton. Hinton trots down to first. No strat rolls with 2 men out. The batter next will be right fielder Jim King. Glad you caught that Expos. We still love in Canada. Yep, I know. They have a championship. Congratulations to that Expos, Nationals franchise. You have a championship. It's the same franchise. They just went to Washington. That's all. 2-3. Larry Jackson's card, possible error. Jim King, 1-2. That is a ball hit to center field. That's a ball hit to center field, and they get on a hit, and it's a 10, a possible double. And that is going to be a double for Jim King. Now the center fielder for the Cubs is Cowan. His error rating is a 7. It is a 10, so there is no error. So we automatically know runners will be at second and third. Now does Chuck Hinton score? His base running rating is a 4. It's a +1 it's a +1 first to hit to get to from first there to get to home. So that makes it a 5. There are 2 outs. It is a 6. And Cowan's arm rating is a +2, so it's an 8. So we know Hinton does score easily from first base on that with great speed. And just like that, the Senators take a 1-0 lead. RBI double for King. And the next batter will be center fielder Don Locke. Glad you caught that expose. Yeah. Remember, the Washington Senators haven't won anything since they've been in Texas yet. They've been to the World Series a couple of times, of course, as the Rangers. 6-1, that's at the ballpark. 5-5 Wrigley Field, and that is going to be a rare play. So we'll bring up the rare play chart with men on base. We'll re-roll the dice. Blue first, 5-2. Center fielder dives after a sinking liner, resolved as a single 8 range play. So the range play is hit to center field. That's Cowan. His range is a 3. So a 1-3, does he make it? And he does. Cowan does make the play. That's the final out. Now we got to see if there was an injury. Now it says check for injury. So let's see if there's an injury to Billy Cowan. Cowan's injury rating is a 1. And I am playing injuries. So let's see, it's a 1. So we roll a dice, and it is a 6. And it says re-roll on 2. And he is out for the game. So Billy Cowan, who's going to be the injured center fielder, he will be done. And he doesn't even get a chance to bat. But he did make the play, so it is a fly out to center field. It is 1 run and 1 hit for the Senators, and they lead 1-0 as we go to the bottom of the first. Starting pitcher for the 1964 Washington Senators will be Claude Osteen. He was 15-13 with a 3.33 ERA. Bottom of the first is Michael Peterson. That game last night was very interesting. We need a new center fielder since Billy Cowan got hurt. He'll be out for the game, which means he could return in the next game for the Cubs. That is, if of course they win and get there. And in that case, I will usually take the highest at bat with the rating, and that is going to be Jimmy Stewart, which means Stewart is also going to lead off. He's not a very good center fielder, but they'll take him. So that means leading off for the Cubs in the bottom of the first inning will be Jimmy Stewart. He's center fielder now, taking over for the injured Billy Cowan. That game last night was very interesting. Which one was it? Was it a Yankees fan at the ballpark? Which game was it? The Mets-Cleveland game or the Minnesota Kansas City Athletics game? They were both pretty good. Bottom of the first. Let's see what Osteen's got. 4-1. That is a possible error. Jimmy Stewart will take a crack. 5-1. Fly ball to right field. The ball was hit to King. His error rating is a 5. It is a 2. He is under the error rating, but this needs to be an odd number, so he will make the play. 1 out. There really aren't that many fly ball errors. So Stewart goes down, and that will bring up second baseman Joey Amalfitano. Played a game on roster card. Gibson in 1968 gave up 5 runs. I saw that. Okay, I thought it was one of my games you're talking about. Yes, I saw that. Yeah, Gibson did not have a good night. Claude Osteen with the pitch, and that is a 6-1. That is a possible walk to a right-hander. His walk rating against the lefties an 18, plus 2 is a 20, and that's an automatic walk. 7 is on the 7 there, so he walks Amalfitano. So Amalfitano will go to first base, and that will bring up left fielder Billy Williams. Let's see, anything on the strat die? It is a 1, possible steal. That is a steal attempt. His stolen base rating is a 4. I'm not gonna steal. The strategy dice gives a strategy dice roll. I'm going to go ahead, but I can override it. And with a stolen base rating of 4, Amalfitano is not going to steal this base. So I'm not going to steal with him. The strategy die gives me an idea. It tells me what I can do, but I can overrule it. So there's 1 out, and Billy Williams will bat. And just finished watching the first game of the tournament. Steeler fan 1933. Welcome there, Matt. I just want to play some inside pitch baseball. I love this game. 6-5. That is a blank on Osteen's card. 3-3 on Williams's card. That's going to be a double to right field. A double to right field to get from first. So we know Williams definitely gets to second. We know Amalfitano is at third. Does he score? On a double to right field, first to home is a -1. His base running rating is a 4. Turns into a 3. King's arm is a -1, so it's a 2. So a 1 to 2, he will get home. It is a 3, and he will hold. So Amalfitano holds at third base. Runners at second and third with 1 out on a double by Williams. And that will bring up Hall of Famer Ron Santo. Runners at second and third. The Senators are going to call, with a base running rating of 4, they're going to call the infield in. As Sports Time Machine says, what we got here? Can I do a video on the way I set up my camera and mic sometime? My camera is pretty much being held by a bendable piece of metal that's clipped onto a shelf above me, and it's above my screen. I don't even have to move it. It can stay right where it is. The mic I'm just using is the camera's mic, nothing special. I'm not using any special mic or anything. 4-5 on Claude Osteen's card. That is a blank. 4-5 on Santos' card. That's going to be a double to left field. Infield in don't matter, so Amalfitano will score. Billy Williams will score. Santo goes to second, and just like that, the Cubs go ahead and take a lead of 2-1. Cubs, so the Senators get a run in the top of the first. The Cubs get 2 runs in the bottom of the first, and still 2 outs. And that will bring up Ernie Let's Play 2 Banks, Hall of Famer. So for inside pitch, you have to score from first to home. You can't choose to hold. That's correct. Really, you're supposed to roll the dice. The dice decide if you score. If you have to score, or you can't choose. Really, the dice are supposed to roll it for every roll. Okay, that's the mechanics of inside pitch. All right, that's the mechanics of inside pitch. You probably could choose to hold if you want. You probably could choose to hold, but I guess that's just how Chris Davis does it. You probably could say, okay, he holds and fine, you don't have to roll, but I think it takes away some of the game. That's what he's got the rules in. You're supposed to roll for everything that happens. Santo on at second base. Here's the pitch to Banks. 5-3. That is a blank on Osteen's card. Banks 5-1. That's a fly ball to left field. And then a fly out to left field in order to get to third. There's no advance on that, so Santo has to stay at second base. And that will bring up right fielder Len Gabrielson. Osteen, 3-1. Strikeout possibility, and a 1 is a definite. Don't even have to worry about that. And he strikes out Gabrielson. Cubs get 2 runs on 2 hits and a walk. At the end of 1, the Cubs lead the Senators 2-1. I mean, if you want to if you say you don't want to try to score, I guess that's fine. I mean, that's okay if you want to, but the mechanics say you are supposed to roll for everything that happens. Top of the second coming up. Remember, this is a one and done tournament. You're out, you lose, and you're out. Catcher Mike Brumley leads off for 64 Senators. This is just the first of a few tournaments I'm going to do. We're doing 1964. I will do 1977 and 2015. A nice kind of like a consolation prize for the people that didn't get the season they maybe wanted for Payoff Pitch. And that's still starting November 2nd. Larry Jackson, 5-4, and that is a blank against the left. 6-4 on Brumley, and that is a single past the first baseman for a base hit. I will bring up the shortstop, Ed Brinkman. Is anything going on with the strat roll? It is an 8. Nope, nothing happening. Infield halfway automatically when there's a runner on first. 2-6 on Jackson's card. Range play. Brinkman, 5-2. That is a ground ball to third. So the ball is hit to Santo. His range is a 4. Does he make the play? Yes, he does. Now we see if they turn a double play. Double play rating is 3. -1 off of Jackson is a 2. The ball is hit. The second baseman is the pivot man, and his arm rating is a -1. So in order to turn a double play, it has to be a 1 in order for a double play to be turned. It is a 6. It's no double play, but the only play was the first base, so Brumley goes to second. There's 1 out. On a 6, the runner at first base automatically makes second. So ground out, but Brumley advances. And that will bring up the first baseman for the Senators, Dick Phillips, with a runner on second, infield normal. There's other game on channel. Yes, all my games are on my channel. Everything I do is on my channel. So the other two 1964 one and gones already on. The Mets Indians game was fun. That was crazy. That game was crazy. The 1964 Mets, awful team, but they gave the Indians all they could handle. Brumley at second, pitch to Phillips. That is a 4-1. That is a blank against the left. 2-5 on Phillips's card. That is a single past the second baseman. That's going to be a base hit. Brumley with a base running rating of 2. In order to get to home, in order to get to set the forwards, and it needs to be a 2. He is a 2, and Brumley will score from second base, and this game is tied. He has the speed, and it's an RBI single by Phillips. And that will bring up the pitcher, Claude Osteen. Anything going on with Strat? Strat roll says a 5, nothing happening. Although a 5 with Osteen. Is the bunt available? His bunt rating is a 4. No bunt. Who do I like in the games today? In what? College football or baseball? Let's see. 3-1 on Jackson card. Possible wild pitch and a 2. Yep, that's a wild pitch. And Phillips will go to second. How do you throw a wild pitch when the pitcher's at the plate? We'll do it again. We'll roll the strategy die again because it's a different chance. 10, nothing going on. Astros, baby. Well, I'll tell you, I'll be honest. Of that series between the Astros and the Rays, the game they needed to win was game 5, not 4. 4, I understand hard to eliminate. They needed to win game 5. When they lost game 5 on that home run, I said the Rays are in trouble. They might not win the series now. Larry Jackson, 2-1, range play at the ballpark. 3-1, and that is another blank. And Wrigley Field, another rare play. So let's find out what it is. And that is a 3-2 with men on base. With less than 2 out, shallow fly to center field, resolve play as an F8 range play. Okay, so first we see so the ball was hit to center, and that is Stewart. His range is a 1. So he will not make it. So nope, he doesn't make it. If center fielder does not catch the ball, the lead runner gets a late break attempting to advance the next base. Roll 1d6 versus base runner plus center fielder arm. If higher runner out, other safe. So it's going to be a base hit. It's going to be at least a base hit. It's an F8. It says supposed to choose it as an F8 range play. So I got to find out first. I got to find out if that's a single or a double. That's a single. All right. So we know Phillips automatically goes to third. Now we got a late break. So Phillips's base running rating is a 2. Cowan's arm is a 2. So that's a 4. So that is a plus. So that is a 4 for Dick Williams' running. So we got to roll 1d6. So it needs a 4 or lower. Phillips is safe at home. 5 or 6, he is out. It is a 3. Phillips is safe. And the Senators take the lead on an RBI single by the pitcher, Claude Osteen. It is now 3-2. And was there no injury? Wrigley Field is already causing problem for the Cubs. You have an injured center fielder, which means Jimmy Stewart had to come in to play center field. Cowan wouldn't have made that play anyway. It was a range of 6. So Osteen on at first and still 1 out. Got a lot of action going on here in this game. It was a home run derby in that series. The way the Yankees are no longer the home members of that choke club. We need company. Well, we'll see what happens tonight. We'll see what the Rays. I know for a fact Rays morale's got to be through the floor. They've got Kevin Cash has got to get that team ready to play. As far as the Braves-Dodgers series goes, Braves better eliminate tonight. Braves better win the night. Still 1 out. Let's see if anything's going on in the strat roll. That's a 9. Nothing happening there. And who leads off? That would be Don Blasingame. Larry Jackson, 4-5. That is another range play on Blasingame's card. 4-3, and that is a single to past second base. Amalfitano's range is a 2. Does he stop it? Yes, he does stop it. So it becomes a grounder, and double play rating for Blasingame is a 0. Larry Jackson, a -1. A -1. So there is no chance. The shortstop's -1. There is no chance to get a double play. But the question is it is a 6. So Osteen is out. No, I'm sorry. Osteen moves to second. It's a 6. Blasingame is out of there, and that's a second out. So it's a fielder's choice. But on a 6, Osteen automatically goes to second on a 6. There was no chance for a double play. If it was a 3 or if it was a 4 or 5, Osteen would have been out at second. Next batter will be John Kennedy. 2 outs now. Jackson, 2-5. That's a blank. Kennedy, 4-3. That's a ground ball to second, and that will end the inning there. 2 runs for the Senators on 3 hits. Go to the bottom half of inning number 2. 3-2 Washington. Might be in for a high-scoring game here, possibly. Bottom of the second, leading off for the 1964 Chicago Cubs, catcher Dick Bertel. I think Dusty's patience is a turning point as well. Dusty, I tell you, you know what? If the Astros were to win the whole thing, a lot of people would be mad about that. The only person I would be happy for would be Dusty Baker. He would be the only person I'd be happy for if Dusty wins the World Series. 5-6, a possible home run check on Claude Osteen's card against a righty. It's a 1-4 and 11, no good there. So it becomes a blank. 2-2 on Bertel's card. That's a single into center field. They're hitting today. Base hit for Bertel. And that will bring up the shortstop, Andre Rogers. Andre Rogers, not Aaron Rodgers. This isn't the Green Bay Packers. Anything going on in the strat roll? It is a 19. Andre Rogers' bunt rating is a 1. Yeah, a bunt is possible. His bunt rating is a 1. Bertel at first. No, I'll call that off and I'll hit away. Why only Dusty? There are several players who won around in 2017. He was a decent player and good with his players. Well, like I said, the Astros cheating scandal, unfortunately, is still very fresh. Nobody really wants that franchise to win it. Unless, of course, you're an Astros fan, which I understand. Okay. Dusty Baker has missed the chance so many times. Dusty Baker, in a way, is kind of like the it's kind of like the Andy Reid of baseball. I'll put it that way. 4-6 on Claude Osteen's card. That is a possible against the righty. That is a blank for question mark. So we go to Andre Rogers' card. 3-3 on his card. That is a ground ball back to the pitcher, Osteen. A double play rating of 2-0. On a G1, the second baseman is the pivot man. So Blasingame is a 0. So a 1-2, it will be a double play. It is. Osteen throws to second, back to first for 2, and they get the DP. Two outs, and that will bring up the pitcher, Larry Jackson. Let's see, 4-3. That is a possible walk against the lefty. That's a 1. So Larry Jackson's not going to walk there. So Jackson will get a chance to hit. 3-4 on his card is a star line 2, and that's a ground ball to what is that? The star line, was it 3-4, star line 2, ground ball to third, and that will end the inning. So he faces the minimum pitchers. There was a hit. And at the end of 2, the Senators lead the Cubs 3-2. Top of the third. Larry Jackson comes back out for the Cubbies. The Wrigley faithful here in 1964 Chicago. Chuck Hinton leads off for the Sens. Walked his last time up. 2-5, blank. Hinton, 5-2, ground out to short. Here's Jim King. King got an RBI double last time up. 4-5 for Jackson. That is a range play. Jim King, 5-4. That is a pop-up to second base. Amalfitano's range is a 2. Does he get to it in time? Yes, he does. 2 outs. He throw the 1. And it just goes up, pop out to second. And the next batter will be Don Locke. That happy as long as the Dodgers. I understand, Matt. You're not. Look, I understand you're an Astros fan, and I get that. And trust me, when I know they were 29-31, I get that. Believe me, okay, they are the most dangerous team in baseball at that 29-31 because I knew they had something to prove. They had a chip on their shoulder. They do have that. 3-2 blank on Jackson's card. 4-4 on Locke's card. That is a line out. Right to third, and a 1-2-3 inning go the Senators, and that's the first time they were put out in order. Bottom of the third coming up. And here is Jimmy Stewart playing center field for the Cubs. 5-3 on Osteen's card is a blank. 6-5 on Stewart's card. Star line 2. Ground ball to ground out to third. And that will bring up Joey Amalfitano. 3-5, possible walk against the lefty, an 18, a 15, plus 2 is a 20. Yep, he walks Amalfitano. That's the second time Amalfitano's been walked. Makes MLB look bad. I know. Let me tell you something, Matt. The 2021 season for baseball has got to be good. In order to erase this year. And I'll be honest, people are saying, well, if whoever wins the World Series, is it a true champion? You know what? Yes. Okay. But next year, the 2021 season, baseball has got to make that season good and great. They really do. And it'll erase this one. Trust me, I am really looking forward to next year. I'm looking forward to my new ownership with the Mets. I'm looking forward to a good schedule. Should be fun. Amalfitano, see if anything going on. Strat. That's an 8. Nothing going on. Osteen pitches, and that is a 3-6. That is a possible hit by pitch He has a -5, a 2 here for Williams. Williams avoids it. He'll swing. 2-2 on Billy Williams' card is a ground ball to first. Ground ball to first. Double play rating is a 1. And that is a grounder to first base. He is a left-handed batter, so the shortstop's the pivot man, which is Brinkman's a 0. So it is a 2 in order to turn the double play. It is a 4. So Amalfitano's base running rating is a 4. So he actually is equal to or less than that. So Amalfitano actually makes it to second base, which means Billy Williams is out at first. And that is the second out. So it's a fielder's choice, but the runner advances, and that will bring up Ron Santo. You'll not be purchasing any cards, any baseball games for 2020. I will be, because I might utilize those cards to see what happens in a full season. If, of course, that's what comes up for payoff pitch or inside pitch. And I'll tell you the truth, a one-and-gone tournament for 2020 would be actually a lot of fun to play for inside pitch. Amalfitano on its second. Anything going on with the strat roll? That is a 10. Nope. So Osteen will roll. 4-5. That's a blank. Santo, 5-4. And that is going to be a single into left field. That is a base hit. In order to get to home, on a single to left, it's a +1. Amalfitano's base running rating is a 5. There's an extra for 2 outs, so it's a +6. It was hit to left field. Henson's arm rating is a 0, so there's not going to be a throw. Amalfitano will score, and we are tied. Santo, of course, it's a single. He automatically stays at first. And we got triples on the board, 3-3-3. Santo gets his second hit of the day, ties the ball game up, and that will bring up Let's Play 2. 2 outs, I don't roll strat. 5-3 on Scott Osteen's card. That is a blank. Ernie Banks, 4-4. That's a double. That is a double into left field. So Banks gets a double. Santo goes to third. Let's see if he can score. It's a D7. It's a -1. So Santo's base running rating is a 2, plus the 1 for 2 outs is a 3. Left fielder is Hinton is a 0. So a 1-3 he scores. 4-5 he holds. 6 someone's out. It is a 6-6. It is a 6-6, which means the lead runner advances, which means Santo does score, and the ball is caught, and the trailing runner is caught in a rundown. And that is a 2. And if the roll is greater than the base run, Ernie Banks' base running rating is a 2. And if the roll is greater than the base running rating, then runner out, no advance for others. If roll is less than or equal to base runner out, while others advance. So Ernie Banks is out going to third. He's thrown out at third, but the run does score, which means the Cubs now take a 4-3 lead, and that's the end of the inning. So that is a double for Banks, but he is thrown out. But Santos scores before he is doing that, and the side is retired. The Cubs get 2 runs on 2 hits and a walk. We got a pretty good game going on here. Leads changing. At the end of 3, the Cubs lead the Senators 4-3. Big game going on in this one-and-done tournament here between these two. The Senators are ranked 18. The Cubs are ranked 15. The Cubs were mediocre in 1964. Larry Jackson back on the mound for the Cubs, top of the 4th. Mike Brumley, the batter for the Sens. He singled his last time up. 5-2, that is a strikeout possibility. Against their right is a 7. -1 is a 6. 22 high. 6-4 on Brumley's card. That is a single. Past the first baseman, that's a base hit. Brumley gets his second hit of the night. He'll hold it first. And the batter will be Ed Brinkman. Going back and forth here. Both pitchers having issues. Anything going on in the strat roll? That is a 15. No. Larry Jackson, 1-3. And that is a blank. He's not tired. Brinkman 3-2, and that is a ground ball to second base. Double play rating 3 -1, but the infield halfway automatically cancels that out. So it is a 3 that was hit to second. So the shortstop is automatically the pivot man, who is Rogers, and he has a -1 pivot. He's got a good arm. So a 1-2. So actually, no, it's not a good arm. It's -1. So it's a 1-2. So a 1-2, they turn 2. It is a 5. They do not. The 5 beats Brumley, so he is out. Brinkman's at first. 1 out, fielder's choice. And that will bring up Dick Phillips. Anything on Strat? A 7, nope. 4-6 on Jackson's card. A possible hit by pitch, -8. He has a hit by pitch of -8, ain't happening. Phillips will swing 2-3, and that is a star line 6, and that's another ground ball. That's a ground ball to short. So let's see if he turns a double play. 1, it's a 0. It's a 0 for the second baseman's pivot rating for Chicago is Amalfitano. It's a -1. So there is really no chance to get there's no chance to get a double play. Now the question is it a fielder's choice or does runner advance? It is a 3. Brinkman beats it. So Brinkman gets to second base, but Phillips is out at first. 2 outs. And that brings up the pitcher, Claude Osteen. 3-2 on Jackson's card as a blank. Osteen 4-2, and that's a fly out to left, and that'll end the inning. No runs for the Senators. They did get a hit. Bottom of the 4th coming up. Lots of interesting rules and such for base running and all that, but as I'm getting more used to it, it's beginning to flow a lot better now. Bottom of the 4th inning, Cubs leading the Senators 4-3. And who leads off here? That would be Len Gabrielson. 3-6, possible hit by pitch, no chance. 2-4 on Gabrielson's card. And against the lefty, a left-handed pitcher, that is going to be a ground out to second base. If it was a right-hander, he would have gotten a base hit. Here's Dick Bertel. Osteen 4-6, and against a righty, that's a blank in the question mark section. 4-4 Bertel, that's a ground out to short. And that will bring up Andre Rogers. Breakfast time. Have a good game. Enjoy, C. Pester. Thank you for joining me, my good friend. For those of you who are staying with me, that's great. If you got to go, I understand. You can always check my replays. I'm doing this for me, really. And, of course, you guys would have fun. 4-4, Claude Osteen is a blank. Andre Rogers, 3-2. Possible hit to center field. It is a 5. And against the lefty, that will be a single. A base hit for Rogers. And that will bring up the pitcher, Larry Jackson, with 2 outs. I don't do a strat roll. 3-4, Claude Osteen is a blank. Larry Jackson, does he get a hit? 2-5. Yes, he does. Single past the shortstop. It's a base hit for Jackson. He did bat 175. Andre Rogers' base running rating is a 3, plus 2 outs is a 4. The ball was hit to short, S6, and he needs to be a 5 in order to get there, and it's not, so he has to hold. So with 2 outs, Rogers still stays at second base. If this was payoff pitch, Andre Rogers probably automatically would have made third. That's where the base running in inside pitch is different. That probably would have been an automatic third base and payoff pitch. So that'll bring up Jimmy Stewart. Another base hit for Jackson. Claude Osteen, a 1-3. That is a possible strikeout against the lefty. It's a 13. -1 is a 12. 16 too high. Jimmy Stewart, 5-1. Fly out to right. And that'll end the inning. No runs for the Cubs. There were 2 hits. At the end of 4, the Cubs have a 4-3 lead. Might even do another game later, maybe during one of the college games. I'm not sure. I'm just having fun with inside pitch. Top of the 5th, Larry Jackson faces the top of the batting order for the Senators. There's Blasingame. 2-6 on Jackson's card, range play. 6-5, that's a ground ball to third. Santos ranges a 4. Does he make the play? Yes, he does. 1 out. Ron Santo, good third baseman. One of the reasons why he's in the Hall of Fame. Here is John Kennedy. Nope, not John F. Kennedy. Of course, this is the 1964 Senators, and we know JFK was killed the year earlier. May he rest in peace still. 1-5 on Jackson card, possible walk against a righty. That is going to be an 8, plus 2 is a 10, 18 too high. 1-4 on Kennedy's card. That's a single past second base. Base hit for Kennedy. Maybe mentioning JFK made Kennedy do something there. Here's Chuck Hinton. Anything on the strat roll? 14. Nope. 4-6 on Jackson's card. That is a possible hit by pitch, and it's a now Chuck Hinton has a hit by pitch of 1, but a -8 on Larry Jackson makes it impossible. Especially with a 1 on the D20, so it's a blank. 3-1 on Hinton's card. That's a single into center field. How about this? Senators are getting hits. Single to center. John Kennedy's base running rating is a 4. In order to get to third, it's a -1, so it's a 3. Center fielder is Stewart, and his arm is a +2. So a 1-5 Kennedy. A 1-5, Kennedy makes it to second, makes it to third. And he doesn't, so somebody is out. It's a 6-2, and the lead runner is thrown out. So Kennedy is out, getting to third base. And with the 2 on the die, if the trailing runner's base running rating is greater than or equal to the roll that he advanced on the throw, Chuck Hinton's rating is higher than the white die. So Hinton advances to second base on the throw, but Kennedy is out. Out at third. And there are 2 outs now, and that will bring up Jim King. Rolled to 6. I didn't think he would do it. Hitting on at second. Tying run. Here's the pitch to King. 3-3, and that is a blank against the lefty. 5-3, and for Jim King. Single again into center field. I'll tell you, we're getting a lot of hits today. That is a base hit. Chuck Hinton's base running rating is a 4, plus the 2 outs is a 5. The center fielder is Stewart. His arm rating is a +2. It's a 7. There's not going to be a throw, so Hinton automatically will score. And we're tied at 4. RBI single by Jim King. And the batter will be Don Locke. What a game we're having here. Leads changing hands. A lot of hits today in this game. Larry Jackson, let me check his fatigue rating here. His is 31, so 27, 8, 9, 31. And Claude Osteen is a 30, so that would be here. So here's Don Locke with a runner on first. 2-3 on Jackson's card. That's a possible error. Don Locke, 4-6. And against the righty, that is a fly ball to center field. That's a fly ball to center field. The center fielder is Stewart. His error rating is a 20, and it's a 7. That means, and that is an odd number, which means it is an error in center field. He does not make. Jimmy Stewart comes into this game and is killing the Cubs. That is an error. And on that, a fly ball error, I got to find out let's see what that is first. On a fly ball error. Fly ball dropped if error check fails. So roll 1d6 versus base runner if less than or equal to rate, and the runner advances 2 bases, otherwise only 1. So we know King is already at second base. Jim King's base running rating is a 3. So we roll a d6. If it's 3 or less, he advances to third. It's not. So King actually has to hold at second base. Because it just says roll the adjusted base running rating. I'm sorry, it's a 3 and it's a 4. Yes, he does advance to third because there's 2 outs. So King does get to third base. Good thing I checked it. It's the adjusted base running rating. And actually, with the adjusted base running rating, Stewart's arm is a +2, so he would have made it anyway. 2 outs now, runners at first and third. That is going to be an error. That is an E8. And that is the first error on the Cubs. And now the batter is Mike Brumley, with runners at first and third. We're having a good game here, people. Larry Jackson, 6'5". That is a possible star line against the lefty, 1-20, and he will have a star line. That will end the inning. That's going to be a ground ball to first, and the inning will be over. Senators get 1 run on 3 hits and an error. We go to the bottom of the 5th inning. We are tied at 4 in this one and gone game. Win and move on. Lose and go home. The winner of this game would take on the Philadelphia Phillies. Bottom of the 5th, Claude Osteen comes back on the mound. Leading off for the Cubbies will be Joey Amalfitano. (2-4) on Osteen's card. A possible error on a throw. Amalfitano, 3-5. That is a single into center field. That's a base hit. And again, and that is going to be an error on the throw because Jimmy Stewart in center field, his error rating is a 20. So that's going to be an error on the throw. Question is, does he advance to second? That is a throwing error. Only applicable, though, if rolling for runner advancement. Otherwise, no error. So no throwing error. Only applicable if rolling for runner advancement. So Amalfitano stays at first. But that is a base hit. And that's the 3rd time he's been on base. And that will bring up Billy Williams. And I'm going to, I'm going to do it. I hate to do this, but I'm going to take Jimmy Stewart out of there. He is killing the Cubs in center field. So I can choose somebody else to take his spot. Let me see who's in the lineup here if I want to take him out. He is killing the Cubs in center field with Cowan being hurt. No, not really. Any other center fielder I bring up is not much of a... Nope, I'm going to have to leave him in there. It is a throwing error, but there is no error, so there was no runner advancement. So no error. So just goes to the base hit. Williams, let's see if there's anything going on in the strat roll. That is a 20. Possible pickoff by Osteen. 1-5, he gets him. Nope. So now we'll roll. 4-4 on his card as a blank. Billy Williams, 6-4. And that is a star line 1. That is a ground ball to second base. Double play rating 1. Infield halfway +2. The shortstop's pivot rating is a 0. So a 1-2, they turn 2. A 5. Nope. Amalfitano, that is higher than his base running rating. So Amalfitano was out. It is a fielder's choice. And that will bring up Ron Santo. Anything on the strat? A 1. Possible steal. Billy Williams' stolen base rating is a 12. Osteen is a 0, and Brumley's arm is a 0. It would be a 1-12 for Billy Williams to steal. 60% chance. Yeah, let's try it. 1-12, he gets it. And he does. Billy Williams steals second. And now Santo will bat. Claude Osteen, 2-3. Strikeout possibility against the lefty is a 9. Becomes an 8. with the Wrigley Field. At the 6, he strikes out Santo. That's a big K. Second out, and the batter is Let's Play 2. Claude Osteen, 5-2. That's a blank. Ernie Banks, 5-5. And that is a ground ball to second, and that will end the inning. No runs for the Cubs. There was a hit. At the end of 5, we are tied at 4. I am looking forward to some good college football tonight. Georgia and Alabama. That's going to be a barn burner. Top of the 6th. Larry Jackson still has some batters to face. He's not going to come out yet. Here is Ed Brinkman for the Senators. 1-5. Jackson's card, possible walk. Against the righty, it's an 8 plus 2 is 10, and a 10, he walks Brinkman. So Larry Jackson doesn't get any help from Wrigley Field on that. So he walks the leadoff base runner and will now bring up Dick Phillips. Anything on the strat die? A 4. That is nothing going on. Larry Jackson, 4-4. Strikeout possibility against the righty. That's a 5. -1 is a 4. 12, no strikeout. Dick Phillips, 1-5. That's a ground ball to first. Are they going to turn 2? Double play rating is a 1. -1 is a 0. The infield is halfway, so that is a 1. On the third ground ball, the third shortstop is pivot, which is Rogers. That's a -1. So there's no chance to get the double play. The question is it a fielder's choice or does he advance? It is a 3. Brinkman with a 4 does beat the 3. So Brinkman does advance. Phillips is out. 1 down. That brings up the pitcher, Claude Osteen. And we're in the what? We're in the 6th inning. Osteen does have a base hit. Osteen's fatigue rating has still got 7 batters left to go. Got a big run at second base. Yeah, I think that's going to be it for Osteen. So we're going to take Osteen out. He will be done. And the Sens are going to go to the bench. Right-hander on the mound, so we'll probably see a lefty. And that's going to be Joe Cunningham will come in to pinch hit. As the Senators are going to go to the bench with a big run at second base, 1 out. Anything on the strat die? It is a 12. Nope. 5-1 on Jackson's card, possible strikeout against the righty. His strikeout rating is a 6. -1 is a 5. A 4 on the dice. He strikes out Cunningham. And now it'll be up to Don Blasingame to see if he can get him in. 1-3 on Jackson's card. He is not tired, so that is a blank. Blasingame, 5-5. Ground ball to second base, and he is out of there. And Blasingame is 0 for 4 today. No runs, no hits. There was a walk. But that is all the Senators get. Bottom of the 6th inning coming up. Senators need a pitcher. And they got a lefty and 2 righties coming up. So Len Gabrielson is a leadoff batter. I think we'll see a right-hander, though, for the Senators. And they're going to bring in Steve Ridzik. He's a right-hander, so he's going to deal with the 1 lefty and 2 rights. Steve Ridzik will come in for 64 Washington. Not bad. 5-5, 2 saves, a 2.89 ERA. There's nothing wrong with that. Ridzik, of course, Osteen, of course, can't get the win. That's going to be a no decision for him. So we start the bottom of the 6th inning. Ridzik, 6-5. That's a blank. Gabrielson, 1-5. That's a ground out to short. And that will bring up Dick Bertel. 6-1. Strikeout possibility against a righty. That would be a 12. -1 is 11. And Ridzik strikes out Bertel. And that will bring up Andre Rogers. 2-5 on his card. That has a possible walk against a righty. It's a 15. +2 is a 17. A 16 on the die. He walks Rogers. Rogers gets help a little bit from Wrigley Field. Puts a man on base. And now that brings up the pitcher, Larry Jackson, and the Cubs are going to go to the bench as Jackson's going to be done now. As they'll bring up a pinch hitter for him against Ridzik. They'll probably bring him a lefty, and that will be Doug Clemens. Doug Clemens will pinch hit for 64 Cubbies. No strat roll with 2 outs. 1-2 on Ridzik, a possible strikeout. And against the right-hand pitcher, it's a 10. -1 is a 9, and that is a 9. And he strikes out Clemens. 2 strikeouts for Ridzik. He gets the job done. Nothing across except for a walk. 6 in the books, and we are still tied at 4. Top of the 7th. 2 righties and a lefty coming up for the Senators. So I think the Cubs will go to a right-handed pitcher in from the pen. Let's see what they've got. They're going to go to Wayne Scher. Don Elston actually has more relief appearances, but Wayne Scher, in a close game like this, I'll bring in a better pitcher. Wayne Scher will be now pitching for 64 Cubs. John Kennedy leads off. Top of the 7th inning. Got a good game going on here for this tournament. 1-3, a blank. Kennedy, 5-5, single up the middle, and that's a base hit to center field. Kennedy fights it off and gets his 2nd hit of the game. And that will bring up Chuck Hinton. Anything on the strat roll? A 5. His attempt rating's a 1. No, nothing going on. 4-6 for Wayne Scher. Possible error on a grounder. 3-5. And against a right-hander, that is a fly ball to right field. And there's no error on that. So 1 out, and Kennedy has to hold. And that will bring up Jim King. King having a good night. He's good days, 2 for 3. Anything on strat? An 8? Nope. Sure, 1-3. That's another blank. King, 5-2. And that's a fly out to right. And now a chance for Don Locke. No strat roll. Sure. 1-5. That is a strikeout possibility. Against a righty, that is a 12. -1 is 11. And he just misses it. So Wrigley Field now helps Don Locke avoid a strikeout. So it is not a strikeout. So Locke gets a chance to hit. 3-3. And that, because of that, it's going to be a base hit to center field. Kennedy's base running rating is a 2. On a ball hit to center, it's a +2, so it becomes a 6. +1 is a 7, and Stewart has a plus. So Kennedy automatically makes 3rd on that throw. Doesn't have to throw. So 2 outs, runners at the corners. And a chance now for Mike Blumley. Can Mike Brumley come through with a timely hit here against Wayne Scher? 2 outs. 6-5. Possible hit by pitch -10. Not with a 2, not a chance. Brumley, 6-2. Single to right field, and the Senators will take the lead. We know Kennedy automatically scores. Locke goes to second. Brumley to first. Locke's base running rating is a 4. +1 for 2 outs is 5. The ball was hit to right. Gabrielson's arm is a 0. So a 1-5. Locke will make it to third. and he doesn't, he's going to be, someone's thrown out, and he is thrown out at third base. Lead runner thrown out. They throw to third, and they get him a 1-5, and Locke is down at third base, and that ends the inning. What a throw by Gabrielson to get him out. But the run does come in to score. So that's a base hit by Brumley. And Kennedy scores. But Locke is thrown out at third, and that will do it. 1 run for the Senators on 3 hits. We go to the bottom of 7th inning. Senators leading 5-4. Oh my! Couple of big base running thrown outs at third base. Top of the batting order for the 64 Cubs. Here's Jimmy Stewart. Needs to really come through here for his Cubs team. See what we got. 4-3. Possible error on a throw. 5-4, and that is going against a right-hander. That is going to be a double to right field for Stewart. He gets a hit. A throwing error only occurred at the 20, so there a double to right field. King had an error rating of 5, so there's no throwing error anyway, but only occur on runner advancement. Stewart gets a double, goes to second base, and the Cubs get the leadoff man in scoring position to tie it up, and that will bring up Joey Amalfitano. Anything on the strat roll? A 17. Amalfitano's bunt rating is a 2. Nothing going on. 3-3 on Wizards cards. A blank. Amalfitano 6-2. That is a possible hit to left field. It is a 20, and that will not be against a righty. That's not going to be a hit. 20 is higher than that, so that's going to be a fly ball. That's just a fly ball to, let's see, what was that? 6-2. That's just a fly ball to left. Runner on second base. In order for him to, there's no advance on a fly ball to left. So Stewart holds at second base, and there is 1 out. And that will bring up Billy Williams. Williams is 1 for 3 today. Stewart on its second. Anything on strat? A 19. Billy Williams' bunt rating is a 1. No, nothing going on. 5-4 on Riddick's card. That is a blank. Billy Williams, 6-2. Ground ball to first base. Ground ball back to the pitcher. I'm sorry. Grounder to the pitcher. And there's going to be now Jimmy Stewart can make it to third if he beats the 1d6 roll. So his base running rating is a 4. He needs to beat the roll, or I should say equal or less than the roll. So does he make it to third base? He does. Stewart will go to third. Williams, however, is out at first, 2 outs. So that just goes as a outside fielder's choice. Tying run now 90 feet away. And the batter will be Ron Santo. Steve Riddick, 2-2. That's another blank. He's getting a lot of blank rolls there. 6-4 for Santo, and that's going to be a star line 4. That is a ground ball. That is a ground out to third. And the Senators get out of the jam. No runs. There was a hit at the end of 7. Washington leads it 5-4. I've had a couple of lower seeds flirt with an upset, but so far, nothing doing. The Mets almost did it. Mets should have done it, but too many wild pitches. Top of the 8th coming up. Wayne Scherr. Let's see. Will he pitch? Yeah, he'll stay out there. And it is the shortstop, Ed Brinkman, leading off for the Senators. Top of the 8th. 1-1. That's at the ballpark. 6-5. That is a pop out. Just right behind the plate. Pop out the catcher. 1 out. Haven't done much at the ballpark today. Here's Dick Phillips. Sure, 5-6. A blank against the lefty. 1-5 for Phillips, and that's a ground out to first. We'll see a pinch hitter for Ridzik as he's done. See who they want to bring up here. They're going to bring in switch hitter Fred Valentine. He'll pinch hit against Scher with 2 outs here in the top of the 8th. 2-5 for Scher. That's a blank. Valentine, 2-5. And that is a pinch hit single for Valentine. He gets it past third. That's a base hit. Base hit for Valentine. That will bring up Blasingame. Scher is now considered tired. We'll see if he can get through the inning. 5-1 on Scher's card, and that's going to be a single right past the pitcher. Automatic base hit. Single past the pitcher. To get from first to third, he needs to have a base running rating of 4. An adjusted base running rating of 4, and he does, as a matter of fact. So Valentine will go to third on the hit with 2 outs. A base hit for Blasingame, and that's his first hit of the game. And now can John Kennedy come through with some insurance for the Senators? 2 outs here at Wrigley Field. Kennedy 2 for 4. We're going to stick with Scher. That is a 6-6. That's a blank. Kennedy 1-1. Starline 1. Ground out to short. And the Cubs get out of the jam. No runs for the Senators. There were 2 hits. Bottom of the 8th, still 5-4. See a new pitcher coming up for the Senators. 2 rights and a left coming, so we'll probably see a right-hander for the Senators. The 8th inning. And I think they're going to go with Ron Klein as our closer. You ask him to get 6 outs. Now, his relief pitching is only a 6. They're going to go with Jim Hannon, a setup. Jim Hannon's going to come up and pitch. He's a starter, also been a reliever. They're going to go with Hannon to try to set up for Klein in the 9th inning. Ernie Banks, however, let's play 2, leads off for the Cubbies in the bottom of the 8th. And he is 1 for 3 today. Hannon, 2-5. That's question mark. And against a right-hander, that's a 1-13 for a single up the middle. And Ernie Banks automatically gets it. That's an S1. That's a base hit for Banks. Tying run on board, and the batter is Gabrielson. Anything on the strat? It is a 7, nothing going on. Hannon's pitch, 4-2. Possible strikeout against a righty. That's a 9, -1 is an 8. No strikeout due to the 10. Gabrielson gets a chance to throw. Gets it. 5-6, and that is going to be a ground ball to second base. No double play rating, -1. -1, then do +1. So there's no chance of a double play. Question is, who's out? That is a 2. Ernie Banks will make it to second base. Gabrielson is out. 1 down. And the batter is Dick Bertel. Tying run at second base. 5-4. Senators lead the Cubs. Anything on strat? That is a 16. Bertel's bunt rating is a 4. And nope, there's no bunt. So no strat. Hannon, 3-4. That is a possible strikeout against a right-handed pitcher. That's a 12. -1's 11 and a 3. And Hannon strikes out Bertel. 2 outs. That's a big K. And now Andre Rogers. Hannon, 2-4. Range play. Oh, boy. 1-2. Possible hit to left field. And against a righty, against a right-hander, well, that's a 10 on the die. So that could be a double. But the ball was hit to right field. So King has a chance to make the play. He has a 1-4 range. Does he get it? Yes, he does. King races over there and takes away a double from Andre Rogers, and the side is retired. And that just goes a fly out to left. No runs and a hit. At the end of 8, the Senators still lead 5-4. Could they knock out the Cubs? New pitcher coming in for Chicago. Chuck Hinton is the leadoff batter for the Senators. See who the Cubs want to bring in. They got 2 lefties in the coming lineup, so I think we might see a lefty come up here and pitch. And they're going to bring in Bobby Shantz. Chicago's going to go to one of their better pitchers. Bobby Shantz will come in and pitch for the Cubs. And Chuck Hinton will lead off here as we're now in the top of the 9th. Chance pitches to Hinton. 3-2. And against the righty, that's a blank. Hinton, 1-2. And against the lefty, that's a double. Oh, the splits hurt Chance in that case. The splits hurt, and against the lefty, that is a double to center field. A big insurance run at second for Hinton. And that's his second hit of the game. And now they'll go up with Jim King. Anything on the strat? Well, I really shouldn't roll. 17, no bunt, so nope. Bobby Shantz will pitch. 5-4. And against the lefty, that's a strikeout plus 10. And against the left-handed pitcher, a 9 becomes a 19. -1 is an 18. King goes down on strikes. 1 out. And the batter will be Don Locke. Anything on strat? A 6. No. Actually, that would be a hit. No, you don't hit and run with runner on second base, so no hit and run. Bobby Shantz will pitch. 3-2. That's a blank against the righty. 3-1, and that is a line out to first. Do they turn a double play with a runner on second base? It needs a 1-2 to do it. Nope. No double play, 2 outs. And Hinton gets back. And now the batter is Brumley. Brumley having a good game. He's 3 for 4. Shantz will pitch. 6-6. Strikeout possibility against the lefty. A 7 -1 is a 6. Brumley, he struck him out. And that ends the inning. So the leadoff double doesn't do anything for the Senators. No runs, and it was a hit. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Senators will go to their closer. And that is Ron Klein. He had 14 saves in 1964. Klein will try to come in and try to close this game out and send the Senators to the next round. But they'll have to do it against the pinch hitter and the top of the order. As Shantz was due to bat, he will come out. They'll bring in a pinch hitter and possibly a lefty here for the Cubs. See who they want to bring in here. Not much choice, but they're going to go with their bench is not that good. I can see why the Cubs didn't really do it. I'm going to bring in their best player, even though we only had 23 at bats. But in the ninth inning, I guess I just bring in the best guys. So here's John Bocabella. He batted .391 in 64, but he only had 23 at bats. And he is a righty. That's a right on right, but he is the best player on their bench. Best hitter on the bench. So John Bocabella will get that chance. Salvador America says hello. Coming in late, but that's okay. About to see the end of the game, possibly. Bottom of the ninth inning, Senators lead 5-4 in this one-and-gone tournament. Ron Klein will pitch. And that is a 2-4. And that is a walk possibility against a righty. Would have been a home run chance against the lefty. A walk possibility, but Bocabella has no walk rating. Then there will be an add +2, and it's no walk. So Bocabella does get a chance to swing. And a 5-2, and he grounds out to short. 1 out. And that was really their best chance, I thought. 1 man down. The batter will be Jimmy Stewart. Stewart's had a rough game. 2-3 on Klein's card. That's at the ballpark. 4-1 on Stewart's card. That is a ball hit to center field, and that is an 8. And that's going to be a double for Jimmy Stewart. He gets help from Wrigley Field, and the tying run is on. That's his second double of the game. He's had it rough in the field, but not at the plate. He is now 2 for 5, and the tying run at second base. Wrigley Field helps him out. And now the batter is Joey Amalfitano. Will we see some ninth inning magic by the Cubs? Ron Klein trying to end this game. Amalfitano is 1 for 2. He's got a base hit and walked twice. Anything on the strat roll, just to see. A 1. Stewart attempt to steal would be a 2-step steal third. His steal and base rating is 11. It would be a 12. And Brumley's error would be a 1 to 12 to steal third. No, you're not stealing third. So I'll call off the steal, and I'll let Amalfitano hit away. 2-6 on Klein's card is a blank. Amalfitano 6-4. That is a possible hit to center field against a righty, and that is going to be a 4, and that is a base hit. That's a single to center. Stewart's base running rating is a 4. To get from second to home +2 makes it a 6. The center fielder lock is a -1, is a 5. Is a 5. So 1 to 5, Stewart will score and tie this game up. A 6, someone's out. A 3, Stewart ties the game. We're tied here in the bottom of the ninth inning. Ninth inning magic strikes again. A base hit by Joey Amalfitano. And with 1 out, the winning run is now at first base as Ron Klein blows the save, and a chance now for Billy Williams. Oh boy. Here we Steeler fans says, here we go again. What are we playing? I forget. Am I playing inside pitch or payoff pitch? I'm beginning to get confused now. Tied at 5. Winning run at first base. Anything on strat? 14. No, nothing going on. 1 out. Infield halfway, looking for the double play. Klein will pitch. 2-6. That's a blank. Billy Williams. 6-2. That's a ground ball back to Klein. Double play rating on Billy Williams is a 1. plus 1 is a 2. With the infield halfway is a 3. The pivot player with a left-handed batter is the shortstop. And Brinkman is a 0. So a 1 to 3, they turn the double play. It is a 2 when they do. 1 to short, 1 to shortstop, and back to first. Double play, and we got extra innings. Free baseball. Get your free baseball here. We got free baseball. The Cubs tied up on 1 run with 2 hits. And at the end of 9, we are tied at 5. Second extra inning game in the first round of this 1 and gone. As we go to the top of the 10th inning, we'll see a new pitcher for the Cubs. Let's see who they want to bring in. And they will bring in Lindy McDaniel. Lindy McDaniel will come on and pitch. He also had some saves. Lindy McDaniel can pitch to 6 batters. So, let's see. And leading off for the Senators in the top of the 10th inning will be Ed Brinkman. I didn't pay to get in, RJL. Am I in trouble? No, not at all, Keith White. You're not in trouble. It's okay. It's a 10th inning. The game was already pretty much over. You're about to see some more extra inning magic. So it's okay, Keith. I'll let you in. And you're rooting for the Cubs. That's okay. Lindy McDaniel will pitch to Ed Brinkman. Top of the 10th inning. We got some more we got free baseball. 4-3. Possible error on a throw. Brinkman 6-3. And that is a ground ball to short. And the Rogers error rating is a 9. It's an 18. He will not make a throwing error. And Brinkman is out. That just goes as a ground out. And the batter will be Dick Phillips. McDaniel 4-4. And as a strikeout plus 10 against the lefty, that would be a 15. And a 4 is a definite. He strikes out Phillips. 2 outs. We'll see a pinch hitter for Klein as he's blown the save and he is done. You've been hiding behind Salvador a few innings. Salvador, is that true? Was he hiding behind you? Pinch hitter for McDaniel. And they're going to bring in Ken Retzer, even though he had batted .094 as a lefty. So Ken Retzer will go ahead and bat with 2. Well, now, never mind. No. Let's go ahead and bring in Don Zimmer. Zimmer will bat against McDaniel. 2 outs. Maybe. I don't know, Salvador. I didn't know you brought in people, snuck people into the stadium like that. I don't know about that. You had the beer box. Oh, you had the beer box. That's fine then. That's okay. You had the beer. That's fine. You had the beer. That's fine by me. McDaniel will pitch. 1-1 is a blank. Don Zimmer pinch hitting. 2-5. That's a star line 1. That's a ground out to short. It's a ground out to short, and that will end the inning. So nothing there for the Senators in the top of the 10th. We'll go to the bottom of the 10th. Who's going to break through? Senators need a pitcher. They have Santo, Banks, and Gabrielson coming up. We'll probably see a right-hander here. And they're going to go with Jim Duckworth. Jim Duckworth will pitch for the 64 Senators. And leading off for the Cubs in the bottom of the 10th will be Ron Santo. Someone say beer. Exactly. That beer box made all the difference. Someone say beer. Yes, Steeler fans, someone said beer. Bottom of the 10th, tied at 5. Duckworth will pitch to Santo. 1-6. And that is a possible home run check against a right-handed pitcher. Santo's home run rating is a 17. It is a 3. Ron Santo, crack. This one is hit high. This one is hit deep. This one is gone. Home run, Ron Santo, ball game. Jim Duckworth, a 1-6 is an automatic home run check. And Ron Santo against a righty is a 17, a 3 on the die. And Ron Santo, Cubs win. Cubs win. Ron Santo blasts a home run in the bottom of the 10th inning. And the Cubs will advance to the next round as they beat the Senators 6-5. The Washington Senators had pretty much the same chance the Mets did against the Indians, but couldn't do the deal. The Cubs advance. How about that? Lindy McDaniel's going to get the win. And Duckworth gets the loss. Now let's take a look at the final line score here. A walk-off home run by Ron Santo. Let's play 2. Oh, Senators are done. Exactly. 1, 4, 5, 8, 11, 13, 14. No errors. 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 11, 12. For the Chicago Cubs, 6 runs on 12 hits and 1 error. For the Washington Senators, 5 runs, 14 hits, and no errors. Lindy McDaniel will get the win. Duckworth will get the loss. And Ron Santo, and I'll give Ron Santo the player of the game. He was 3 for 5, had a home run, a double, and a single. And he has the game-winning home run. I'll give Ron Santo the player of the game, absolutely. In 10 innings, the Chicago Cubs knock out the Washington Senators. They will now go to play the Philadelphia Phillies, and that will be in game number 11. My next game, Steeler fan, you might want to be interested for the next one because the next game scheduled is game number 4, and that's the Houston Colt 45s versus the Boston Red Sox. That's game number 4 coming up. I'll probably do that a little later today, so be watching for that there, Matt. I know you could be watching college football, which I understand. Houston Colt 45s against the Boston Red Sox. Game number 4 is the next game of this 1964 one and gone. So thank you, everybody, for joining me. Steeler fan 1933, Salvador America, Keith White, C. Pester 1, Michael Peterson, Sports Time Machine, and everybody who joined me for a little baseball action. Might have another game. Probably going to have another play later. No, it's Go Colt 45s. This is 1964. It's Colts, not Astros. Okay, get it right. They're playing at the Colts Stadium. Well, actually, no, they'll be playing at Fenway Park that game. So, everyone, thank you for joining me. And stay safe, stay healthy, stay smart, stay strong, and we'll probably see you a little later. Chicago Cubs beat the Senators 6-5 and advance to the next round. Have a good one, everybody. Take care. You're talking 2020.